And we're back on another edition of the Michigan Recruiting Insider with another one of the top prospects in the country, and especially on the defensive side of the ball. The Wolverines have been bringing them in at an impressive clip. And when you look at the South, and when you go to the great state of Georgia, the school that really sets the bar is Grayson High School. And we look there, you look over at the linebacker position, and Mr. Anthony Davis gets it done, and he is with us today.
Yes, sir. How you doing?
And that's what they call you. How you doing, man?
Doing good, man. Happy to be here. How you doing?
I'm doing great, man. Glad that you can take the time. I know you got a busy schedule, but you're taking time after practice to come over with us today, man. So I appreciate you taking time out of your schedule. So showing love, that's first of all, I appreciate that.
Yes, sir. Always.
But let's start off first with, going with your time, your growth in the game. We do that before we get off into talking about recruiting and all of that.
Yes, sir.
There was a point where you got off in the game and you started loving the game, and then there was a point where you got off in the game and you started realizing, I'm pretty good at this. So let's get off into that. When did you start starting the game and start loving it? Then when did you get in the game and start realizing, I'm pretty damn good at this?
I would really say, like, since a kid, I knew I was, like, I ain't trying to sound cocky or nothing, but I knew I was good for real. I really loved the game. Since I was 3 years old, I would say, like, I was playing with football and stuff like that. So, like, I've been had love for the game. But when I actually, like, starting to see, like, that I could, like, really do something big with this, I would say I was probably, like, 8 or 9. I mean, just like the hits I would lay on people, like, young, it was just, like, it was different for real. Like, I had a crazy motor. And so, like, that's when I really started taking football real serious, and it's really what I wanted to do.
So it was 8 or 9. It was serious for you. It wasn't just a game, even at 8 or 9.
No, it was serious. I mean, it was some days I remember some days I didn't go to practice. I would cry all day, like I would get mad for missing one practice. Like, it was that serious.
Okay, all right. So 8 or 9 years old, you were serious about it. It wasn't just a game. Was it clear to you at 8 or 9 that you were better than all your friends?
I wouldn't say better. I mean, I had good friends, but I was one of the good ones. I would say that.
Okay, all right. So you started loving it. You're getting it done. You're making things happen. Then you get to a point where it's time to go to high school.
Yes, sir.
And obviously, Georgia, the Atlanta, that Atlanta area, obviously it's one of the hotbeds in the country.
Yes, sir.
And then Grayson is a powerhouse, man. But you got your pick of schools. What made Grayson be the one that you said, that's where I'm going?
I would just say, like, the competition at Grayson. Like, I like to compete, so I wanted to go somewhere where the dogs is at. I want to go to one of the best programs or the best people. I don't care, like, if I'm young or not, I want to go compete. And that's what I did. I mean, I could have went to other schools and probably started as a freshman and things like that, but I went to schools where they had guys already. So
yeah, but when you go there, it's gonna be smoke every day. You were ready for that?
For sure. I was for sure ready. I mean, my mindset coming in was I was trying to take somebody's spot. So I mean, if you got that mindset, you'll be good at Grayson.
Okay, so when did you step in over there, and then it start to be okay? I'm even good here. I'm even shining here. When did that start to happen?
I would say, like, when I really was like I started understanding high school, I would say towards the playoffs. I wasn't really playing a lot my freshman year, but towards the playoffs, like, the plays I started to make against, like, the ones in practice and stuff like that, like, just things like that. I was like, and they were way older than me. They were senior and stuff. So I'm like, man, I just gotta lock in. You feel me? Like, for real.
So who are your influences? Because it comes from somewhere, right? You don't just go out there and start, I'm playing the game. Somebody had to kind of put it in you. So who was kind of influencing you in the game and the love of the game and kind of putting that in you?
I'll say my pops, man. Like, he loved football, so he the one who really put me in football. Like, I remember it was times sometimes I wanted to, like, stuff get hard, I wanted to quit, but he like, nah, you ain't quitting.
I got you. So let's do this. Let's kind of take you out of your comfort zone. This is what we do with all the guys who come up here. And this is not a cocky thing. This is just, honest scouting. When you watch Anthony Davis on the field, you are a coach or a scout in the stands, and you're scouting yourself. Kind of break down your game. Give me a scouting report.
I'm a scout watching my game. I mean, if you look on tape, like, the speed flashes for sure, the how versatile I am. I mean, that shows on film for sure. And then you're going to get somebody who's going to run to the ball fast every play. It's going to be physical when it's time to be physical. He can make big plays, he's a big-time playmaker. So I say things like that.
So are there, if we were to pull up some games, I'm sure you said, like, you know, every game you're going to see me, but were there some spotlight games where you're like, man, you put this game on, that's when you're going to see me?
I would say, I mean, to be honest, that whole playoff run, if you just look at, I mean, I averaged over 10 tackles a game that whole playoff run against the best teams in Georgia. But, I mean, that Douglas County game, I want to say I had 14 tackles. I had a big tackle for loss that game to take us to the state championship. So I'll say that Douglas County game.
Okay. Now, is there a player in college or the pros that, you know, you compare yourself to, or that coaches say, hey, this is who you remind me of, or that you try to emulate when you're on the field?
I really like Fred Warner's game.
Okay.
Yeah, like he could do everything. You could put him on the edge, you could put him at backer, you could probably put him at safety, he'll still make plays. And he's fast to the ball.
Okay.
Instincts is real quick, so I'll say Fred Warner.
Okay, all right. So recruiting. When does recruiting really start to pick up for you?
Recruiting, I want to say around the spring of my freshman year, going into my sophomore year, that's when things really started to like pick up for me. I started to pick up offers and things like that. I mean, I camped at a couple places, picked up some offers, and I started to grow that offer list around the end of my freshman season.
Okay. Now, you know, obviously the South, that's where they're going to probably hear about you first. So, like, what were the first, like, few offers that you picked up?
The first few was UCF was my first offer. UCF, Auburn, South Florida. I mean, I got one from the West Coast, Arizona State. That was like my first 4 offers.
Okay. So now, did you grow up a fan of any particular school?
Yes, sir. I grew up a fan of LSU.
LSU. So you grew up an LSU fan.
Yes, sir.
So LSU, I mean, they come in the door. Is that a school when they pop in? Is that like, hey man, does that enter into the equation, that, you know, the fandom part of it?
I mean, I like the school. I mean, but I'm going where the best fit for me.
I got you.
I'll just say it like that.
I got you. All right, so tell me, when did Michigan come in? And take me through your reaction when they came in the door.
Michigan, to be honest, Michigan came in right after the national championship. I mean, they got Coach BJ like right after, the linebacker coach, and he had previously offered me at Tennessee, so I've been knowing Coach BJ. I camped with him and stuff like that. He's been my guy. And if people don't know, but I was his first offer when he got the job here. So
okay.
I want to say it was like probably like 2 weeks after national championship. He texted me, and then we texted, and I called him, and then he offered me. I didn't think he was going to offer me. I thought he was going to like call. Cause I was calling him to tell him congrats on the job, stuff like that. And he offered me, and he said that like he really yeah.
Okay, all right. So, man, had you had any interest in Michigan before that, or was that really just a matter of Coach BJ being here?
I would say for sure I had interest in Michigan. I mean, the winning tradition, that says a lot about a program. I mean, I've been knowing Michigan, all the greats come through Michigan, so yeah, I was pretty hyped when I got the offer.
All right, so now that you've been here though, all right, so kind of take me through the experience, your impressions of Michigan now that you've seen it. What has kind of stood out to you the most now that you've been here?
I would say like the historic things they do around there, like you could tell like it's been a real good history over there. And then the stadium is crazy. Like the stadium is humongous. One of the biggest stadium I ever seen. I think it's the biggest stadium in the world, I think, if I'm not mistaken. But the stadium, it amazed me for sure. I
got you. All right, so let's dig though into your connection with Coach BJ. You said that's your guy. What is it about him that makes that connection be what it is?
I would just say like he believed in me since I was young. He was, I want to say, the second SEC school to ever offer me. So he believed in me while I was young. He always like, I remember my freshman year I camped up there. He was hard on me at camp and stuff like that because he knew the potential I had and things like that. And he's always just been like keeping up with me and making sure I'm good, stuff like that.
Okay. All right, so, but it goes beyond him.
Yes,
if you, let's say you were to pick Michigan, you got to connect with other coaches. So what has it been like to see and be around Coach Moore? Oh
yeah, Coach Moore, I mean, he's a great guy. He's a player coach for sure. And he's just, you can tell he has great intentions for everybody. He want to see everybody do good for sure. I mean, he's a great guy overall.
Mm-hmm. Now, have you gotten a chance to really connect with Coach Wink Martindale, the
Yes,
defensive
sir.
coordinator. What do you think of him? What do you think of his scheme and his defense?
Yes, sir. I mean, he has a great scheme. He coached almost all the top backers to ever play the game. Plenty of Hall of Famers like Ray Lewis. I mean, plenty of guys like that. So he's a GOAT for sure. So I mean, I believe in what he's doing. So
Okay, so man, you know, when you look at their defense, I mean, you talk about versatility that you have.
yes, sir.
They move guys around a lot.
Yes,
So I'm curious what they said about how and where they would use you. Kind of talk to me about where they said they would put you in their defense.
Coach basically told me, he said, wherever you want to play, that's where you're going to play. So that's actually exactly what he told me. So I mean, probably everywhere on the defense, everywhere they can use me.
I got you. All right. So when you kind of, this is not the South. I mean, how do you feel about the distance? Now, I mean, have you gotten comfortable with that? What does that feel like being this far away from home?
I mean, it's for sure a different type of feeling, but I mean, 2-hour flight, that ain't that bad. I mean, it's like a 2-hour drive, so I mean, I don't really care about how far things are. It's just, with me, it's just where the best fit for me.
All right, so Ant, let's do that then. Let's put Michigan to the side for a second
Yes, sir.
and talk just factors, recruiting factors in general. When you get ready to pick a school and you know you're sitting down and saying it's time to say where I'm gonna go, what are gonna be the biggest factors in that choice?
It's for sure gonna be like relationships, guys that I can feel like I can trust. Cause I mean, you go in there, you got to spend 3 to 4 years there, so you want to have guys that you can lean on and trust and things like that. And secondly, you got to go somewhere where you got to get developed at the end of the day, because you're going to college to get better, and you have to be better than what you was in high school. So, I mean, just getting developed.
So how do you determine development? I mean, are you just looking at going to practice and seeing how coaches work with guys? Are you looking at seeing what guys they have in the NFL? Like, how are you determining development?
I mean, all that right there plays a factor for sure, but you just want to, I mean, when I'm sitting in a room with them, I want to know how they can develop me personally. I mean, everybody's different. Everybody peaks at a different time. Everybody gets better at a different time. So as long as they have a plan for me and I can see like through the history that it's worked before, so those things like that.
So, you know, on some level, every guy has to look at the NIL factor. Is to varying degrees, right? So
Yes,
how
sir.
big of a factor is that going to be for you?
It really won't be a big factor for me. I'm not choosing a school based off money, but it would just be like what I said earlier.
So timeline, like, do you have in your mind a timeline for when you want to have your decision made?
Yes, sir. I'm thinking July right now after my OVs, after I sit down with those schools and talk to those schools and really think about it. I'm thinking about making my decision in July for the season.
Do you know what schools you're going to take your OVs to?
I don't know all, but I know a couple.
So what are those couple that you know?
Alabama, Auburn, Ole Miss, Michigan, and I don't know the rest right now.
Okay. All right. So you know 4 for sure.
Yes, sir.
How many more do you think you want to take?
Probably just 1 or 2 more.
Just 1 or 2 more.
Yes, sir.
All right. And as you sort of get ready to sit down and make it, I'm always curious how guys, what their process is going to be when they get ready to make that decision. For some, it's like, I'm going to sit down with my family and we're going to hash it out. Like, all of us sit at a table and we're going to go back and forth and make a decision. Other guys are like, hey, I'm going to sit with my family, I'm going to take their input, and I'm going to go off by myself and make my decision. How's it going to be for you?
I feel like the second thing you said, I'm gonna sit down with the fam, go over it, and then it'll just come back to just me praying on it and just thinking about it and going with my first instinct.
So how much have you really looked into Michigan? I'm curious, how much did you watch their defense, for instance, even last year? Because they had like an up and down season. They started on a high note, then there was a dip.
Yes, sir.
And then they kind of came back at the end of the year, really on the strength of that defense without all their guys, right?
Yeah.
And, you know, beat Ohio State, beat Bama,
Yep.
right? So how much did you really see them do what they did last year?
I mean, I watched a lot towards the end. I for sure watched the Ohio State game. I mean, that defense plays relentless. They play all out, so I feel like it's good things ahead.
Yeah, man. So did it surprise you at all what they were able to do without Will Johnson out there, I mean, it was just, basically the front seven.
Yes, sir. They for sure surprised me, definitely against Ohio State, man. The way that defense played that game, only leaving Ohio State to, I want to say, was it 10 points?
10 points.
10 points. One of the best offenses in the country. That says a lot, 10 points.
Yeah, man. So the other thing, Bryce Underwood, were you surprised that when he flipped to Michigan, did you see that coming? What did you think of that decision?
I actually didn't see that coming. It really surprised me, but I mean, Michigan showed a lot of support to him, and they got who they wanted.
I know that's an offensive guy. I know it's a class ahead of you, but he was the #1 recruit in the country, and I'm curious, did that impact how you looked at Michigan, even though that was a class ahead of you?
I wouldn't say it impact how I looked at Michigan, but it stood out for sure. Seeing that they winning really putting that work to get him, that was big.
I got you. All right, so, and getting back over to you, you laid out the things that are going to be important for you to look at. I'm curious what I see your pops back there.
Yes, sir.
Like, what is he saying? And son, this is what I want you to look at. This is what is important to me. I want you to look at this. Like, what are the people around you saying they want you to look at? Maybe it's the same things that you said.
Yes, sir.
But I'm always curious, that intersection.
Yeah.
Are they saying the same things, or are they saying something different than the things that you're saying that you're gonna be looking for?
Yes, sir. I mean, they're really not like trying to make my decision for me to let me make it, but I mean, they want to. I mean, the things I said, they want to see that too.
Mm-hmm. I got you. All right. So it's not like, kind of want you to stay close to home.
Yeah, no, it's not. Ain't no vibes like that.
No vibe like that. I got you. All right, man. So what do they think of Michigan? What do Pops think of Michigan?
I think he liked Michigan a lot. Well, from what I seen today, he was really impressed by a lot of things. So
I got you. All right. So one thing I like to do is give you an opportunity, because so much of what we talk about, most of what we talk about is obviously about you. This is your opportunity to talk about them, because you can't do what you do without people supporting you, holding you accountable, picking you up. You said he put you in the game.
Yeah.
He didn't let you quit.
Yeah.
Kept pushing you when you wanted to quit. You wouldn't be here without the people helping you get to this point. They're going to celebrate with you, ride with you the whole step, every step of the way, man. So give thanks to the folks that helped you on this journey.
I'll thank my pops. He put me in the game, like I said. I mean, he's hard on me, stuff like that, make sure I'm doing right. And then my mama, like her just keeping my head right. Like, she's like my best friend for real. So then my little brother, he always pushing me. Like, he don't let me be like nothing less than what I'm supposed to be. Like, he be on my head. And my big sister, like I said, she's like my other best friend too. So I can talk to her about anything for real. So like, she keep my head on for real.
That's love, man. That's love.
For sure.
So I feel like my next question, when we come to see you play, I always ask guys, what games on the schedule should we come? If we're gonna circle some, should we come to? If we're gonna pick a few, should we come to watch you? I feel like every game for Grayson is big,
yeah,
right?
Sure.
Right. But if we were to circle 2 or 3 on the schedule, what would be like the best games to pick out to come see you do your thing?
We're gonna play Thompson again at home. I mean, we got some other big games. I can't speak on them right now because they're not published right now.
Okay.
But I'll get back to you on that for sure. But we're gonna play. Y'all gonna see this year. We're gonna play some comp this year, some real comp. So we're gonna really show people that we that deal.
Okay. All right. This is my last one to wrap it up. When you think about Michigan big picture, what would you say you like the most about Michigan right now? And what would you say is the biggest question you have about Michigan right now?
The most I like about Michigan, I could feel like the brotherhood there, and how Coach Moore, like, that's really what he wants there. Like, everybody's together. Like, you don't see it. Like, I hung out in the locker room with the players. Like, you can tell that they're all just clicked. I mean, some locker rooms you don't see that. You see division and stuff like that, but you can tell they were all like it was like a brotherhood kind of. And what was the other question?
What's the biggest question you have about Michigan right now?
I mean, I don't really have too many questions. All the questions that I had, they were answered there. So, yes, sir.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, hey, man, and like I said, I appreciate you taking the time,
Yes, sir,
man.
I appreciate you.
You know, that's love. And
Yeah, for sure.
good luck the rest of the way in recruiting on the
appreciate you.
field, man. We're going to be out there to check you out doing what you do.
Yes, sir. Go Blue.
All right, thanks a lot for another edition of the Michigan Recruiting Insider.